All right.
All right, welcome everybody. My name's Kelly Vincent. This is Tina Malson. We're coming to you from San Francisco, California. And we got a very special guest on with us tonight for the Team Empire. And, it's Todd Falcone. And I really admire Todd. He really can give people the best insight on how to go about creating relationships and talking to people about what we do. And he does it in a fun way and that you can understand and easily duplicate. So I'll let Tina say something.
Well, I love hanging out with Todd. My favorite is when we're in Vegas and we happen to see Todd's in Vegas. Then we know we're in for a good, fun night. So he's a friend on top of being just an expert in this industry. He has built teams, in several different companies. Now he's a trainer, a coach. He does one-on-one. He does group coaching. I've done his A-team group coaching. It's fantastic. He really, really teaches people to keep it simple and keep it consistent, and the persistency and all the things, we try to overcomplicate it. And Todd just seems to bring it back down to, it really is a simple prospecting process if you keep it simple. So he's written several books. My favorite is still The Little Black Book of Scripts. I just love it. It's just it's like the guide to talking to pretty much everybody you could ever think of. That's a great book. How to Win in Prospecting, also another great one. But he called us last week and offered to do this training for our team. And of course we jumped on it and had a flyer up and ready within like 5 minutes. So we're so excited to have Todd Falcone on this call with us tonight. And thanks for joining us.
What's up, you guys? So good to be here. Always enjoy hanging out with you, Vegas or anywhere else for that matter. And now we all get to hang out on a Zoom. So what's up, everybody? Good to see your smiling faces. Hello from wherever you are. I'm over here in Bend, Oregon. Curious, just since you guys all have your cameras on, how many of you have never seen me speak before? Wave at me real quick. Let's see. Never. Yeah, world famous motivational speaker. Oh, that's funny. So, well, first of all, let me just say this. I do have a bunch of stuff I want to share with you, a lot of very rich content. For those of you that have not seen me speak or like, who's this guy that you're putting on the Zoom? I've spent almost 30 years in network marketing. In fact, August will mark my 30-year anniversary in network marketing. Not in and out of network marketing, but in it. And it's been an amazing 30-year run. Last 14 years, I've been speaking full-time. I've literally traveled around the world. I've spoken in 29 countries to network marketing audiences, big and small. I was in Egypt about a year ago speaking for 12,000 people at night in this gigantic auditorium on network marketing. It's been a blast. So I literally, by the way, I just got back from Vegas. I was there this weekend. I did 2 different network marketing events in one weekend. So I know network marketing. It's all I've really done as a career. I've never had a resume. In fact, it would be weird to even put together a resume. I wouldn't even know where to start. Do people do resumes still? Do you still do it on paper? I don't even know. I have no idea. So, and I think that's a pretty cool thing. And so what I want to do with you guys tonight is share some things. Like I get interviewed, like one of my most recent books, this one, I'll actually tell you more about it at the end of, I know Tina loves my Little Black Book of Scripts, which actually, wait a second. I think I have that one too right here. So that's the Little Black Book of Scripts that I've had out for a long time. It's awesome. And this book, we just reached over 250,000 copies sold this last week. It's pretty crazy. Like I wrote this little book and 250,000. I don't know if that sounds like a little bit or a lot, but that's a lot of books. There's a lot of authors. Yeah, I appreciate that. And people are getting great results out of it. And I've been interviewed like on all these different podcasts and other stuff, radio shows the last several months around the book and other items. And people ask me all the time, like, so like, what are the, why have you been successful year in and year out? Like, can you like lay it out for us? And other than like, okay, and let's talk specifically in network marketing. Okay, why are people successful in network marketing? Well, they do the right activities. Number one, what are the right activities? I think you guys, in fact, I'd love some interaction. What do you think in the comment section? What are some of the right activities? You're doing the right activities, okay, consistently over an extended period of time. Now, here's a beautiful thing. Success is pretty fundamental. What we do in network marketing, not really technically challenging. We do things that, what are we going to do? We get to share with people how they can change the quality of their life financially. Maybe do some things that they couldn't have otherwise seen themselves do with the current financial situations that have availed themselves to them. We share with people how they can improve their health, right? And how they can, put the right kind of stuff in their body for their body type, their all the stuff that's going on in here. I mean, this whole customized nutrition thing to me is such an amazing idea. Like, you have the opportunity to help people in a multitude of ways. To me, that's something that would be exciting to go out and talk about, not be afraid and ashamed to like go engage somebody in conversation. I mean, so success in network marketing is doing the right activities. A lot of it has to do with what's in here. In fact, most of your success, let me tell you this, because I teach and train on stages all the time, almost every week. Most of your success has to do with what's going on in between your ears. Am I good enough? Why would anybody ever listen to me? I've never made a dime. Oh my gosh, I've been broke my whole life. Why would nobody's going to follow me into something where I'm talking about making 10 grand a month. I've never seen 10 grand. You know what I mean? Like, when I started as a 22-year-old kid, I had all those thoughts. You're not the issue. The message of the company is a story. You're a messenger. Whether somebody who or don't know decides to do the company, decides to do Euphoria, it's because they saw something in it for themselves. It has nothing to do with whether you're successful or not. And so a lot of it has to do with like our feelings around network marketing. I want to make sure, like, I'm setting this training up so you understand where I'm coming from when I'm being interviewed by these people and they're asking me, Todd, like, why have you been successful? Like, lay it out for us. Well, one of those, like I said, is consistently doing the right activities, exposing people to your products and your products and your business. You guys know that already. Doing so in a confident manner. And we do so in a confident manner by working on our skills. I'll have good news for all of you. Everything that we do in this business is learnable. You can all figure this stuff out, how to engage people in conversation. Like for example, Tina mentioned this. Like, if you don't know what to say, this puts the words in your mouth. Like, a brand new person in network marketing is like, I don't know what to say. Well, here, you get the little black book of scripts and it'll put the words in your mouth so you know what to say. In this book, I give basic scripts that people can use and understand how to do super simple invites to get them past their hesitancies and their fears. And we all have them. My whole brand is the Fearless Networker. That's my brand. It doesn't mean that I don't have fear. I have fear just like you do, but I'm willing to push the fear aside long enough to get done what I want to get done because of the desires that I have to, in this particular endeavor, for example. I'm willing to push my fears aside long enough to go talk to somebody and enough people about Euphoria, because I know the end result is going to be, I'm going to have a much better life for myself. I'm going to have more income. I'm going to have more freedom. I don't know you guys. I don't know what your background is. I don't know how much or how long you've been involved in network marketing, if you're brand new, if you've been around for a while. But let me just tell you something. When you get it going right in network marketing, there is no better type of income. And even if you get to a point where you got $4,000, $5,000 a month in residual income coming in from this business, I'm not going to talk about the big dough. $4 or $5 grand a month that you don't have to continue to work to recreate is life altering. Life altering. It provides you choices that you don't have right now. So yeah, can you make big money in network marketing? Yeah, you can, but I like to be real with people. And big money comes with big effort, you guys. It comes with, big skill development, big action, longevity. It doesn't happen because you sniffed at it for a couple seconds and then, ran away. So I look, and Kelly and Tina know that I'm very straightforward. Okay. They know exactly what that you're going to get when you get me. I just tell it like it is. I want to help you. It's what I do as a business, as a company. I want to help you tonight. One of the things that I've been asked about is, like, more than the hard work, Todd, more than the working on the skills, like, what can you point your finger at? I'm like, look, want me to point my finger at it? Relationship building. Straight up. Like, I'm good at building relationships. I'm going to teach you guys tonight how to be really good at building relationships, better than you've ever been. Is that cool? Does that sound like a good thing? Awesome. So first of all, we have to understand, why do people buy? Why do they buy? They buy out a lot of reasons: needs, wants, dissatisfactions, pains, prestige. I got to have that Porsche so I look really good driving around the neighborhood. I don't know, different FOMO, fear of missing out. People buy for different reasons, but think about who you choose to do business with. The people that you choose to do business with over and over again, you do business with people that make you feel good. You have to understand this is the premise of selling, and this is a premise of relationship building. This is a premise of productivity. People do business with those that they like and trust, period, end of story. So what you have to be doing is, okay, what can I do? Or do I have power over how people feel about me? Yeah, you do. 100%. So for example, being the most positive person in someone's life, that's a good sign. Like I get to choose my attitude every day. I can be like pissy and complaining. Hey, I'm a politician. I don't like this person, that person, our government's screwed, or this, what's going on, or I don't like what's happening in the economy, and I don't like the weather. Do any of you like being around anybody that's like that? Nobody likes being around toxic, negative, grumpy, complaining people. We just choose to spend less time with them. So you have to think, if you have a tendency to be dramatic, to stir the pot. My mother is the ultimate pot stirrer. I mean, she can stir it up like nobody's business. And she can stir up drama. She's a drama mama. And she can just stir it up. And it's just like, I don't want to, every time I'm around you, to be honest with you, Mom, you just stir up just drama. It's like, I don't want to go there, right? You have friends like that. You don't want to be around those people. So think about it. Like, how often, this question to ask yourself, a little self-reflective question, how often do I bring drama and negativity to people in my life? If you do it, it's got to stop. You got to stop that. You don't want to bring that toxic stuff. And I mean, we're a bunch of network marketers, so we're all super positive all the time. We have no problems, do we? We got no issues. Life is a fantasy land with unicorns and gold and diamonds everywhere, and everybody's smiling at all times. Our kids don't poop their pants. Our teenagers don't talk back to us. Our bosses don't yell at us. Our spouse doesn't ruin our day because they had a crappy day. No, that never happens in our land. Yeah, it does. But what we have to learn to do is to be that positive light, right? And it's a choice. Like this right here serves you so well. If you smile, it's contagious. Try walking into a Starbucks with a big frown on your face as you walk in to go order your latte in the morning and get eye contact with people. What are you met with? You're met with people that are like, ooh. They don't want to look at you. But if you walk in and you have your chin up and you walk in, you're like positive and you kind of bounce around like, hey, how you doing? I'm doing great. How's your day? And it's real. People they feed on that. Like a smile is contagious. It releases endorphins. It makes people feel good. Smiling more. I'm not saying you got to run around like this all the time. Hey, how you guys doing? Because that's weird. Nobody looks like that all the time. But smiling takes effort. And I'm telling you right now, look, here's the thing. What I'm teaching you tonight, you would think that it would be common sense, all of the things that I'm going to share with you, but it's not always that common. And all the things that I'm sharing with you tonight, they require a little bit of effort, but the payoff is so big, right? I think when you're getting to know people, like one of the most important things, like there's something I teach all the time. I read it in a book years ago, How to Win Friends and Influence People. What an awful title. Don't ever buy that book. It's terrible. I mean, come on. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Who would want that book? That's stupid. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. No, I don't want that one either. That sounds awful. I'm like, I saw the title of How to Win Friends and Influence People. I'm like, my gosh, I got to have that book. That's an amazing title. And in that book, there's a concept called, and it talks about be genuinely interested, not interesting. I talk about this on every stage I speak on. So many times, like how many of you, be honest, if you're not naked right now, turn your camera on because I want to see you. If you're not naked in the bathtub, I want to see you. I want to see you. Like I want to connect with you guys. I'm going to give you everything that I can. I want to get some stuff. I'm not going to put anybody on the spot or call anybody. I just want to see you. Okay. Because I'm going to ask some questions tonight. This is very important. Now, some of you obviously are naked because you can't turn your camera on. That'd be cool. I won't call on you. Don't worry. I won't make anybody feel uncomfortable. But like, how many of you, by a show of hands, have ever verbally vomited on somebody about your business? Come on. I have. I'm guilty. I mean, it's, it's so awesome. It's customized nutrition. We'll get stuff for you, and you get this thing, and then it's perfect for you, and it's so great. Maybe you haven't done that. I probably would have done that, right? And, or maybe in a previous company that I don't know. But, look, and we all want to be enthusiastic, and we want to tell people about our business. There's a time to tell people about your business and, be on the phone or engaging with people and invite them to take a look. And I'm not saying you don't do that, but I think one of the greatest things that you can do is listen to somebody. If you want to be better at recruiting and better at creating long-term relationships, is you need to listen to somebody, like ask a great question and then hear them and hear what they're saying to you, not interrupt them. It's so irritating when somebody interrupts you mid-sentence. Right? It's all that does. And if like I'm telling you, so many people are guilty of this. You need to stop yourself, because what you're communicating is, I'm more important than you. What you had to say really didn't matter. I can understand if we were on Fox News or CNN and we're in a political argument or something, when they like to bark at each other like dogs on both stations, and they just constantly, step on each other until the host is like, "Oh, we have to go to a break," right? But the important thing you have to understand is when you get somebody talking about themselves, then things are revealed to you, and it's like hearing somebody. Like if Kelly was talking to me, he would finish a sentence. I would pause, if even for a moment, before I would respond, because then it unconsciously goes, "Oh, Todd heard what I said." And it's so funny because, like, a quick example, I've done this on stage. I'll see if I can do it here. Like I was coming, like, I see network marketers everywhere. I know I see you. Don't think I don't see you in airports every week when I can see your logos and your t-shirts and your shaker cups and whatever you got on you and your pins. I see you. And I'm the guy that comes up to you because I'm an extrovert. I'm going to walk over to you and go, "Hey, what's up, Euphoria?" Right? And so I'll come over to you and like, I was on this plane one time. I'm coming home from Dallas from an event, and then this woman's in the middle seat behind where I was sitting. And I want you to understand the just slight difference here as I give this in an example format. She goes, I'm like, "Oh, Company X." And she's got this logo t-shirt. And I'm like, "Oh, Company X." She's like, "Oh, yeah. Are you familiar with this?" I said, "I am." She's like, "Well, are you on our product?" I go, "I'm not." She's like, "Oh, how could you know about our product and not be on our product? It's bilated, it's chelated, it's nutrilated. We've got white papers and all these doctors." Blah, 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 blah. Like literally, like the lady like verbally vomits all over me. And I'm like standing there, like I'm looking at her, I'm thinking, "Are you done yet? Can I sit down? Like, are you finished?" And I sit down in the row in front of her in the aisle. I put my hoodie on, start listening to some, I don't know, whatever I was listening to. And I'm thinking, this poor lady, she doesn't understand it. She's a network marketer and she totally doesn't get it. Let me teach you real quickly how slightly different this could have happened. Because then, Company X? She goes, "Oh, yeah." She goes, "Are you familiar with us?" I said, "I am." "Well, how are you familiar with us?" "Well, that's interesting you asked that, because you guys were literally the very first network marketing company I ever started in 1989. "Are you still involved in network marketing?" "Yeah, I am." "What do you do?" "I teach it." "You teach what?" "I teach network marketing. I've been in network marketing for 30 years. "What's your name?" "Todd." You're not Todd Falcone, are you?" "Yeah." "Who's not going to swap a middle for a middle?" And I'm not saying I'm God's greatest gift on planet Earth to network marketing, but my goodness gracious, I know a little bit about it after being in it every single day for 30 years. Right? So do you see the slight difference? Like some of you guys, check this out. And I love it that we're on camera because I can, can't do this on a conference call. You're all euphoriaed out. You're ready to rock this thing and you're meeting some new person and the conversation's going on and the whole time you're thinking, you're like, wait, you're trying to figure, is this where I put it? Is this how I segue into the conversation? Some of you guys are laughing your tails off. I see you smile. I see, I love the participation when I can see you on camera. I know, because that's exactly what you're thinking. How do I get it in there? How do I slip it into the conversation? Is this where I bring it up? The beautiful thing is you get somebody talking about themselves. They'll tell you if they're stressed out, whether they're not sleeping very good, whether they don't like their job, whether they're not making enough money, they have no vacations, whatever it is. And then it becomes easier. So, and I'm not saying you just sit around and just get to know people, but that to me is like a huge thing that most people don't take advantage of. And let me give you one of my very best tips that I guarantee you very few people are doing this. Ready? Are you ready? Because this is a doozy. You need to find out what the number one passion, desire, interest is of that person you're getting to know. what are they into? Like what? Like if you like, I was on. Check this out. So I had to get. I was in Houston getting picked up, and I was being put in this limousine with this. What I was told with this really old grumpy dude. It was my host's dad. He's like, my dad's really grumpy, man. I'm sorry, but it's a 90-minute drive in the limo, and we had your flights at the same time. I'm like, hey, no worries. And he goes, and he was nice to me. He understands relationship, but he goes, just so you know, my dad loves fishing. I'm like, cool. And I get in the back of the limo with this guy, and like he had no interest in like he didn't even, like, who's this guy in my. And I said, so Tom tells me you love fishing. And he goes, love? No, I live for fishing. I'm like, really? I said, I've been a fisherman my entire life. What do you love to fish for? He goes, bass, largemouth, smallmouth, bass. I'm like, so? Like, you got your favorite spot? You like top water? You like working plastics, crankbaits? 90 minutes later, he could shut up. I'm telling you, this guy's like it was the conversation, like literally I blinked and the conversation was over. He's like pulling out his phone. Check out that lunker right there. This is my private lake. I raise those fish. Those are Florida strain largemouth. I'm telling you, it's so. Here's the thing. Now, when you find out what somebody loves, sometimes you just need to ask. Sometimes some of you are on social media, you can look on their face. If any of you follow me on Facebook for any period of time, you know what I'm into. You can even look at my background and go, oh, Todd's into lava lamps. Oh, Todd must like Bob Marley because he's got a Bob Marley album there. Oh, Todd must like the Grateful Dead if you could figure out that there's a Grateful Dead poster because he's got a Grateful Dead poster up there. If you snow, fishing, hiking, skiing, outdoors, like it's pretty. So here's the thing. If you knew that I loved, I don't know, you love that. Hey, I love Bob Marley, right? Okay. Well, you know, Stephen Marley, his son, is actually coming to play in concert next week for my anniversary, by the way, 22nd anniversary, March 22nd. And my wife and I are going to Stephen Marley. But if I knew you're a friend of mine and you love Bob Marley and I knew that they were coming to town, you lived in my town, I'm like, hey, Dawn, I want to let you know Stephen Marley's coming to town. Are you going? You're going to be like, oh, my brother knows me. He knows me. Or if you know that I'm into skiing powder and you see some amazing YouTube video, you're going to be like, hey, check this out, Falcone. He knows me. That separates you from everybody else. Like a couple years ago, I did I was Bob Ross for Halloween. If you're ever stressed out, by the way, if any of you ever get stressed out, just go to YouTube and look up Bob Ross. And he'll just paint some happy little trees and we'll put some fluffy little clouds over there and all of your stresses will go away. And if you don't know who Bob Ross is and if you are stressed out, go watch a little Bob Ross tonight. You'll thank me for it. Okay? So I was Bob Ross. I have a friend of mine in Scottsdale and she sends me unexpectedly. It's not my birthday. It's not a special day. It's just a day. I'm not expecting anything. I get this little package. And in this little package, I get this card. And it's from my friend Andy, who is my former neighbor in Scottsdale. And she's like, hey, I saw these socks. It made me laugh. I figured you love them. I don't have them on right now, but they're these happy little cloud Bob Ross socks. It probably cost her $4.99. Let me tell you something about Andy. I live in Bend, Oregon. She lives in Scottsdale, Arizona. If she called me tomorrow and said, Todd, could you fly down and help me move? Look, I'm 52. I don't help anybody move. I'll pay for the movers with you, but I ain't helping you move. If you had a one-bedroom apartment, college, high school, acceptable. Beyond one bedroom, yeah, I'm done. I'm past that, okay? Some of you know what I'm talking about. It's like the worst favor to ask. But if she called me and asked me to move, I would literally jump on an airplane and go help her move. Why? Because the way she makes me feel. So I'm telling you, you guys, look, this is so utterly important for you to understand. How are you going to remember? Let me also share this with you. I already know what the answer is. It needs to stop. Today, it's going to stop. Wave your hands at me. You don't even know what it is, but wave your hand saying it's going to stop today. You'll know. Trust me. Trust me. I'm not going to make you do something that's really weird. Good. I just want to make sure you still have arms and that you're still here with me. Okay. From this point forward, I do commit that for every new person that I add to my phone or to my contact manager, every time I add a new person, I will put notes on that individual, where we met, what we talked about, who referred me to them, what their kids' names are, what's their birthday, what's their anniversary. They love fishing. They're from there. They went to this school. They do this for a living. Keeping explicit notes, not on 1 of 10, every single person in your phone. I promise you, I'm not going to quiz you. I already know what the answer is. If I had you pull out your phones and start scrolling through, show me the notes. Most of you do not have notes on every single person. I already know the numbers. Don't get mad at me. That's why I'm so good at building relationships, because then I can say, hey, you know, in fact, this dude blew his mind. We were in Salt Lake City, and I said, you know, we met 9 years ago, and we talked about this, and you were in Company X at the time. He's like, how the heck do you know that? Because I'm smart. My brain's amazing. I have a very good computerized brain. And you don't have to tell people you're taking notes on them, but literally every single time I add somebody to my phone, the notes go with it. Because I mean, guaranteed, some of you got people on your phone, you're like, I don't know who that is. Who is that person? Now, so that's from this point forward, y'all commit. No new contact goes in. Like, I have notes on Tina. I have notes on Kelly. And if I talk to Kelly, Kelly and I've had a couple chats. I dated when we talked and what we talked about. I have notes with the record. It enables you to do that inside your phone, on your laptop, wherever it is, and it's saved there. So look, however you do that, you just got to start doing it. Gone are the days of no longer taking notes. Now, here's the other thing. How many of you have a bank account? Duh, everybody. Try this. Go into Bank of America tomorrow and say, or go into a bank that you don't have an account in tomorrow and say, I would like to make a withdrawal. And they're going to be like, okay, that's great, sir. What is your account number? Oh, I don't have an account here. Oh, wait a minute. Are you robbing us? No, I'm not robbing you. I just wanted to make a withdrawal. Well, let me explain something to you, sir. You have to start an account. You have to put money into the account, and then you can withdraw funds from the account. That's how it works, just in case you didn't know that. Oh, it's the same thing with relationships. You can't make a withdrawal from an account you deposited nothing into. If the only time you call is when you want something, you ain't ever going to get it. Never. So for those of you, look, here's one of the things that I'm good at. And it's not because I'm highly skilled. It's a decision that takes a slight bit of effort. My friends from Kirkland, Washington, where I grew up. My friends from Monterey, California, where I spent 11 years living. My friends from Long Beach State, where I went to school. My friends from my neighborhood in Scottsdale. My friends from my Sammamish neighborhood. I'm the guy that takes the effort to reach out and say, hey, what's up? How's it going? How are you? And if nobody else knows what's going on with the people, I do, because I stay connected with them. It takes effort. The reality is, like in many of these circles or pre-circles that we've all existed in, if somebody doesn't do it, nobody's going to stay connected. So if I called my friends from Kirkland, I said, hey, brother, I just launched this new business that I'm super excited about. Honestly, it's probably the biggest thing I'm ever going to do in my life in business. It's got me more jacked than anything. They're going to be receptive to it because I've made an effort to stay connected. Do you guys understand how important this is? Some of you need to change your habits. It requires an effort. In fact, do me a favor real quick. Do any of you guys have one of these things? Like, do you guys have, if you're not on your mobile, can you show it to me real quick? Pull out your mobile phone. We're going to do a quick exercise. All right. So open up your address book. Open up your address book. Go to the beginning of the address book. That would be the letter A. Start scrolling through until you find the very first person that's in your phone where it's been at least 6 months since you've had any kind of contact with them. Okay? And as soon as you find that person, raise your hand. Wow, that's quick. How many of you was the very first person? Mm-hmm. And if you're looking at that person, you're like, I don't want to talk to them. Why are they in your phone? Get them off your phone. If it's an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, what are they doing in there? Get them out of there. If it's somebody you don't like, why are they taking up space in your life and in your phone? Now, you found that person. Everybody found that person because it only takes a couple seconds. Now, open up a text message. Don't be scared. Do it. Look, why are you guys here? You're here because you want to grow, right? I'm going to do a life-changing exercise with you right now. It's going to change you. Okay? Open up a text message to that person where it's been at least 6 months. Don't sit there and look at me and not do it. Why are you here? You're here because you want to learn, you want to grow, you want to do. Now send them a text message. Kelly, what's up, brother? It's been way too long. This is Falcone. We got to catch up. I hope you're well. Let's catch up soon. We need to chat. It's been too long. Whatever your words are. If you don't say, hey, brother, hey, bro, hey, dude, hey, hi, Johnny, however whatever your natural language is, send them a quick text message. And this isn't, by the way, I'm pitching you my deal. This is just to make an emotional deposit, to connect. And it's easy. So do it. And as soon as you've done it, show me your phone. Okay. Okay. I see a couple phones being raised. It should only take a few seconds. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Cool. So here's what's going to happen. Some of you, your phone's going to ring right now. Do not answer the phone. Okay. If the phone rings, ignore the call, hit the red button, and just send them a quick text. Say, listen, I'm wrapping up a meeting. I definitely want to connect with you. I'll connect with you when I'm done with this meeting. Some of you are going to get a text back. I'm telling you right now, the text back, OMG, holy smokes. What is up with you? I was thinking about you the other day. Oh my gosh, whatever it's going to happen is you're going to get something. Some of you might get, who is this? That's somebody who didn't keep notes in their phone either, right? Who is this? That's funny, right? Now, let me tell you something. 2 weeks ago, I was in New Orleans. This woman comes up to me and gives me the biggest, warm, long hug imaginable. And she starts crying. And she's like, I can't tell you how appreciative I am of you. Last time you were at our event, you did that exercise. The person that I texted was my daughter. I hadn't spoken to her in 4 years. We have a relationship now. Like, we speak multiple times a week again for the first time in years. She's bawling. It's actually making all of my hair stand on end, even sharing that story. You guys, the key to success in this business is your relationships, how people feel about you. You got to make an effort to stay connected with people, to reach out to people, to, like I said, you can't make a withdrawal from an empty account. Remembering what's important to them, remembering their name, using their name, not overusing their name. Like, Kelly, it's really good to see you, Kelly. It's awesome to see you, Kelly. You got a great background, that euphoria background, Kelly. That's like overuse. But people like to hear their name, right? They like to hear their name. So it's like, that's my favorite thing. When you say Todd, when my wife says to me, Todd, I love you. It's like, wow, that's awesome. Like, that she actually inserted the word there, and I love you. That's super cool. Like, that's like a deeper level of I love you. You know what I mean? So when you use somebody's name, that's super important. You're remembering what's important to them. I think a philosophy, let me tell you something right here, straight up. And this is one of those things that you would think would be common sense, but it's this whole idea of doing more than is expected of you. Under promise, over deliver. And I'm not even, like, in business, yes, for sure. Like, for example, sometimes we mess stuff up. Like, a CD will be broken, and customer calls with a complaint. And my corporate philosophy is, look, if we mess something up, the shipment's late or something happens, we make it up so good to the customer that they're like, oh my gosh, I hope something bad happens again because you guys did such a great job. Like, I mean, versus where did I go the other day? It was like, there's too many bad examples of like, I'm trying to think of, like, did I already block it out of my mind? I think I might have. I already might have. It was so bad I blocked it out of my mind. Like, you go to a restaurant and they, mediocre service, and it's just pathetic. And I bring the manager up. I'm like, it's 3.5 hours. We still haven't gotten our food, and you guys are half. Well, what do you want me to do about it? Okay, I guess I'm going to Yelp about you as soon as I leave, right? And then all of a sudden, this tattooed guy shows up at my table with these like sleeve tattoos as we're sitting there about to Yelp. I never Yelped. I've never once Yelped in my life. Me and my buddy are sitting about to Yelp because it was so bad in like 5-star restaurant. Like, this is ridiculous. And then all of a sudden, this guy comes on and he goes, can I see your bill? And I'm like, yeah, you got scary like tattoos all the way up and down. Here you go. And he just grabs a bill and he crumbles it up and he puts it in his pocket. And he goes, listen, I'm the general manager of the restaurant. He goes, I was in the back. I had no idea this was going on. Your bill is covered. You can have as many drinks, whatever dessert. Here you go. Here you go. He hands 2 envelopes to me and my buddy that I later found out were each like $250 gift certificates. And he says, I hope you guys will give us a second chance. So it went from to like, boom, recovery. So when you do something, relationships require an effort for you to like admit your wrongs, or to right wrongs, to quickly right your wrongs, to admit your shortfalls, to make the effort to, like my dad taught me a long time ago, if you're going to do something, do it right the first time. Pretty simple, right? But, my dad was super strict. Like I had to clean the toilets as a kid. I hated cleaning the bath. Ugh. No, that's no fun. I mean, scrubbing the toilet, scrubbing the bathtub. And one day he comes home and there's a hair in the tub. One hair, one little hair. Like he's like, there's a hair in there. You need to clean the whole house again. I had to go clean the whole house again because of one hair. Needless to say, never did ever another hair, ever. There was never another hair in any tub, any toilet, anywhere in the bathroom because I was meticulous after that. I learned the valuable lessons of doing it right the first time. You're a guest at somebody's house. We have this private suite that we have people over. I know Kelly and Tina are going to make it here, right? Right? Yep. See, I just committed them. You like how I did that? They're going to come over and hang out at the Falcones. And I had this couple here actually when we were living in Scottsdale. Here's an example. I'll give you 2 quick examples of what I mean by going the extra mile. So, or not. And this couple, they had a great time. They stayed at my house. They made the bed when they left. I'm like, oh, you didn't have to make the bed. So, because we're cleanly people, when somebody sleeps in the bed, nobody else sleeps in that bed. That's just gross, right? So my wife pulls the sheets back and there's a giant pee stain. There's like a giant, like you couldn't miss the pee stain. It was like, did the adult pee or did the child pee? I can't tell. It was huge. And look, I understand somebody, adult or child accidentally wet the bed. Things happen, whatever. Okay, hey, look, stripping the sheets back, pulling off like, hey, excuse me, I can't control myself and I peed the bed. I know I shouldn't be at that 40, but I did. I'm so sorry. You don't have to touch it, whatever. Like that would have been fine. But instead, they made the bed over the pee stain. Did they ever get invited back? Never, never, never again. My nephew was just here at my house a few weeks ago. He's been kind of troubled. But he's like recovered. He's moving into like, adult responsibilityhood. And like he stayed at the house. It was cool. It was great to see him. And it's great to see him doing so good because he had some big, big problems and he's in such a better place. And when he left, I went in the bedroom and he had like rolled the bed back gently, pulled the sheets off, pulled the blanket back, put the sheets in a little neat pile, and then took the towels and left them on a neat little pile on the floor. I'm like, he didn't have to do that. But yeah, is Ben coming back to my house? Yeah, Ben can come back to my house anytime. That's going the extra mile, okay? And I'm sure we can think, as most people give the minimums, don't they? Most people at work give the minimums. Not you guys. None of you anymore. Again, if that's been you, the habit changes. I want to turn you into exceptional relationship builders because exceptional relationship builders, they do exceptional in business. They do exceptional in friendships. It's like when people think about you, they're thinking, man, that person's awesome. I love being around that person. Holy smokes. I love just, anytime I can hang with that, I want to be around them. It's like charisma. What's charisma? The definition of charisma is a compelling attractiveness or charm. And we know people that are like charismatic, right? There's something about them. And I want you to write this down in your notes. What do I describe as a person or even put it down in the comments? When you think of somebody who's charismatic, where like you sometimes like you literally like a charismatic person, you want to just like rub up on them a little bit just to get a little bit of something that they got. Like some of it will rub off on you, right? In the comment section, do me a favor. Like, what is a charismatic person to you? Some of the words that I would describe are super fun and positive. Always make me feel good, thoughtful, full of integrity, magnetic. There's something about confidence, always having a good time and a joy to be around. Don't you want to be all those things? You don't have to be the most gregarious, outgoing person to be charismatic. You can still be charismatic. You can still be the person like, I like being around you versus, not really sure if I really want to hang out with you again. That's the kind of person you really want to be if you're going to be involved in network marketing. I'm telling you. Like I go back to, reaching out to people when they least expect it. If the only time you're calling and reaching out is when you want to sign them up or selling some stuff, you're not going to do it. I sold media advertising for a short period of time. I crushed everybody in the marketplace because I did the right activities. I learned to do those activities skillfully. I worked on building relationships, not just trying to sell you stuff. I would go see my clients. I knew what my clients loved. I would talk about the things that my clients loved. I remember one time I'm sitting at this butcher, Monte Vista Market, Joe Solis, cool dude, used to go bass fishing, as a matter of fact, with him, bringing up the bass fishing again. And Joe, like we went fishing together. We hung out. I'd bring him coffee from his favorite coffee spot that was down the street. I was just rolling by one day, picked him up his favorite little latte or whatever. He had a mocha or something. I don't know, mocha, some fancy thing or whatever it was. And we're sitting in the butcher shop having, shooting the breeze. And I'm sitting there, and one of the other account executives came in from a competing radio station. And his whole deal was, he literally, I swear to you, Jay, I'll never forget Jay. He was awful. He literally comes in and he shoves this. Joe and I are just having a good time. He shoves this piece of paper in front of Joe. He goes, "Here are our rates. We're better than they are." And Joe just looked at him and he goes, I don't want to say, he said, "Get the F out of my butcher shop," is exactly what he said. And he just ripped it up and he goes, and he just like, we just kind of, I'm like, okay, there's a person that doesn't get it, right? Do you guys understand what I'm talking about here? Is this stuff making sense to you? This is like, and none of this is like really hard, is it? It takes effort, but it'll make you like the act of taking notes, the act of remembering what's important to somebody, the act of like looking out for things. Like, I know that somebody's into such and such, and I see this cool article that I've read on Yahoo News about it. I forward it to them, or I see a video, or I see something that's funny that's in their line of interest, or I see some little gift, or I even do this. Like I keep, well, I got too many stacks of other cards in there, but I keep like just blank cards in my office. Well, blank, different kinds of cards. Some are manly, some are ladylike, whatever. And I'll use them, and I'll literally write I know this is so old school. Like nobody does this anymore, which is what makes it even better. I write you a handwritten note and say, "Look, I just wanted you to know how much I appreciate you." Want to know another thing, taken at a deeper level? Who's somebody in your life that you need to reach out to and express, not expect that they know, but you need to express some gratitude. Like literally, like I did it with my brother-in-law. Married my sister. He's a big burly dude. He's like a big manly, like that guy can work out in the outdoors like nobody's business. Like he's got more like stamina in the outdoors, lifting stuff, and like, I mean, I think I can handle the outdoors, but this guy like eclipses me. And he married my sister. And I sent him a text one time. I said, "Jim, brother," I said, "I just want to say I love having you part of the family. It's super cool having been getting to know you. I'm so happy you married my sister. And I got to just tell you, I just dig having you as part of the family. I just wanted you to know that." He called me up like bawling. Nobody's ever like burly dude, right? I don't do it to make him cry. I do it to be authentic and real. Who do you need to reach out to and express some appreciation? What does that do? Is that going to make your relationship weaker? No, it's going to strengthen the bond. They're more likely to be like, I want to know what she's up to. I would love to be in business with her. Yeah, if he actually called me and said, "Hey, would you try my products?" Heck yeah, I'd try his products. How could I say no to that guy? No, there's no way I could say no to that person. It's impossible. They're too cool. You see what I'm talking about, you guys? And it's not hard. It's not like Todd's the only personality that can do it. You can do it. I mean, another thing is being somebody that you can, like, are you perceived as somebody that can be relied on? Like, let me just tell you something. If I say I'm going to do it, I do it, period. And then some. Like if I said, "Hey, I'll be on this Zoom with you guys tonight," and I didn't come here, I don't know if I'd be invited back again. Right? Like, man, Falcone's not somebody we can rely on. Think about flaky friends that you've got. I have flaky friends that are no longer my flaky friends. My former friend Kevin is one in particular I can think about. It's like we used to hang out together, but he was so late all the time. He'd always say he was going to be there, and then he never was. It's like, dude, my wife and I were literally waiting for 6 hours to go on a camping trip with this guy. I said he was going to be there at noon. We had finally unpacked by 6 o'clock anyhow, because we're like, is this guy ever going to show up in the days of pre-cell phones? But they still had telephones. They didn't do horseback back then. He could have pulled over and said, "Look, I'm late. I know I said I was going to be there at noon. Okay, how late are you going to be? Look, I had to go buy this," whatever he was doing. He went and bought a car. I don't know, whatever he did. Am I perceived as somebody who's reliable 100% of the time that can be counted on? And I'm telling you, in terms of running an organization, you need to be that person. If you're going to grow a big organization here, you need to be the person where your team looks at you and they go, "Hey, I can rely on you." If you say you're going to do something, it's gold. It is gold. If I'm going to say, like, I don't like this whole fashionably late thing. Fashionably late? No, that just shows that you're either, not very organized, or you think you're more important. Either one isn't good. I don't want to do business with you. you show up late for my meeting, I'm not doing business with you. I mean, if there's a legitimate excuse, I've been late for meetings, like even like pre-cell phone days. I knew I was running late for the meeting. I was running 7 minutes late for the meeting. I got it timed out. I literally pulled over to a payphone to let the guy know I was going to be late, because that's better, and be a few minutes later than not letting the guy know I was going to be late for the meeting. Don't you think? Because successful people want to do business with other people that are responsible. So look, I want to suggest something to you guys. There's a reason why we've sold 250,000 copies of this book. It's an easy read. It's 109 pages. If you don't own the book, go get the book tonight. It's a good book. If you don't like the book, I'll be shocked. If you don't devour the book and go, oh my gosh, this is the most content, little rich book that I've read in a long time, specifically that helps you to create better connections, get better at inviting. I literally cover every single objection that you'll ever get as a network marketer. I show you how to close. I walk you through how I close people into a business. I walk you through the follow-up process, and it's all done in 108 pages. So in other words, there's no stories in the book. It's all content from A to Z. I got teams all over the world that are using this as a training tool. If you go to toddfalcone.com/free book, yes, you can get it for free. I'll even type it in there in the domain, toddfalcone.com/free book. That is the domain. You can get it there. All you do is pay shipping and handling, and we'll ship it out to you. So I think you might figure out that I know a thing or two about network marketing and relationship building, and that having been in the network marketing profession for 30 years without a down, bad, implosion, year, explosion, like literally consistently, it's been good year in and year out. You want to learn those same kind of habits, because that's the kind of thing that'll help you make money now, and it's going to help you make money long-term into the future. So go get the book. Go to toddfalcone.com/free book and get yourself plugged in. I do a lot of free training. Every week I have a new podcast called The Fearless Networker Show. If you are on iTunes or Stitcher or wherever you consume your podcast, go subscribe to the podcast. We put out a new podcast at least once a week, and do one very valuable chunk of video content that we put out to the group once a week, all specifically focused on helping you guys understand how to be successful and create a lifelong career in network marketing. You know what, Tina, Kelly, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for letting me share with the group, and hope you guys got something good out of it.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Funny and awesome at the same time.
Always, always, always deliver such amazing content. And it's kind of like that, like, how come I didn't think of that kind of content? But you put it in such a way that makes it just so doable. Everybody on this, I mean, our phone's been blowing up just with the 2 people that we texted. So, I mean, we're only on A. Mine was the second contact down. So, I mean, think what would happen if you did that 5 times a day. Start from A, go to Z, just do 5 a day. You know, I always like to say I will out-friend anybody. If there was a contest for friending people, I would try to win it every single day, because it is network marketing is all about relationships and friendships. And so I just loved every second of it.
Well, thank you guys. I really enjoy hanging out with both of you. You're a blast to be around. You're amazing leaders. I think if you guys don't know this, these 2 are just a heart of gold and hardworking, super fun to be around. Like, I mean, that's a prime example. It's like, no wonder you have already built such a big team here. You guys are a blast to be around. People want to be around this positive, fun energy. And I think you guys are both shining examples of what I've been talking about tonight.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we have an amazing team. I mean, the leadership here is just, it's blowing our minds in such a short period of time always, but we can't thank you enough. You are like such a gem to the network marketing industry. I mean, really, I don't know if there's any people we listen to more than we do you and your advice. And like I told you guys, I've done Todd's programs. Fantastic. I really liked him until I did his program, and then I didn't really like him so much during the program. But now I love him. So,
that's because I push you to do more and challenge you. Absolutely.
But everybody needs that, you know, and it's just that daily consistency. And once you get it down, it's life lessons. So And we weren't expecting you to offer everyone a free book, but that is awesome.
Yeah, we're getting it.
We're going to get one right now.
Todd, seriously, you're better than eating bacon while snowboarding.
I've never eaten bacon while skiing, but I do like bacon after, maybe.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you guys for joining. As you can see, our participants didn't even move the whole time. Not a single person probably even blinked the whole call. It was just fantastic. So thank you so much, guys. I will have this recording up on YouTube so you can rewatch it in case you missed it and share it with your teams. And we will see you all on the next one. Thank you, Todd. You're the best.
Have a great night. We'll see you.